Hello, students. Good morning to all of you, and happy Teachers' Day for all the teachers. First of all, today is 5th of September. The today we are going to discuss. Uh,
Happy Teacher Day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So today we are going to discuss with a very renowned parasite. Out of some of the important renowned parasites, they are routinely to be asked in the examination is first of all the Entamoeba histolytica, then malarial parasite, Salmonella typhi, and last time the Leishmania donovani we have seen, then the the Entamoeba histolytica, then uh, last time we have seen the uh, important uh, parasite which is related with the duodenum or largest parasite in the world is the Ascaris lumbricoides. And today, first of all, we will conclude the important parasites. Out of the important parasites, today we are going to consider a parasite which is responsible for a infanticide, sorry, not infanticide, elephantitis, then the filarial infections, that is Wuchereria bancrofti. Again revise, Wuchereria. The spell of the Wuchereria is the Wuchereria, Wuchereria bancrofti. Wuchereria was a scientist. First of all, he discovered the Wuchereria in 1863. So he gave his name to that uh, a parasite, and after that, the Bancroft, Dr. Bancroft, he discovered chyluria in urine, so that parasite become renowned as a Wuchereria bancrofti. Wuchereria bancrofti. That is the history behind the name or the nomenclature of this parasite, Wuchereria bancrofti. The synonym of this parasite is the Pilaria bancrofti, kobold, that is discovered in 1877. You see the morphology and life cycle. Man is the definite host, and the further growth of the meanwhile growth that takes place in the uh, digestive system of a mosquito, and if that mosquito bite to another host, there is a filariasis to the next. So man is the definite host. In this, the sorry, the geographical distribution, this parasite is finds tropics in the tropical and subtropic area occurring in India, West Indies, Puerto Rico, southern China, Japan, Pacific Islands, West and Central Africa and South America. In India, it is distributed chiefly along with the coastal area or the sea area and along with the banks of the river, except that Indus. It also have been reported from the Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, and Delhi. So this filarial infection, filaria or elephantiasis or hydrocele or the that due to the blockage of the lymphatic channels, there is an enlargement of that particular organ or that particular extremity even also. So that is the geographical distribution. Especially the coastal areas are more to be affected by this parasite, and this parasite is called as a Wuchereria bancrofti. See, I will show you some pictures in which the hydrocele, enlargement of the scrotum and enlargement of the testes due to the blockage of the lymphatic channels, the testes become Even in the Guinness Book of World Record, there is the scrotum touch to the ground, enlarged, complete blockage of the lymphatic drainage of the scrotum, whole of the scrotum, and scrotum so enlarges that the individual's scrotum touch to the ground, so enlarged, and sometimes the elephant like lower extremity. Elephantiasis mainly happens in the lower extremity. It may be in the upper extremity. It may be the upper limb also. So that that is about the geographical distribution habitat. Adult worms are found in the lymphatic vessels and lymph nodes of the man only. Bancrofthian filariasis is not a zoonotic disease. Then the morphology. The morphology of this parasite is very important. Like snakes, these male and female uh, parasites live together, and it is very difficult to separate them. The मादी यानी नर, मादी और नर को सेपरेट करना बड़ा मुश्किल जाता है, सेपरेट करें इन दोनों को. तो adult worm, there are they are long hair like white and hair like, that is they are transparent nematodes, often creamy white in color. They are filiform in shape and both ends are tapering, the head end remaining terminating in a slightly rounded swelling. The male measures around 2.5 to 4 centimeters in length and 1 millimeters in thickness, while the tail end is curved and ventrally and contains the spicules of unequal length. The female is longer. The female measures around 8 to 10 centimeters in length and zero point 0.2 to zero point 0.3 millimeters in thickness. The tail end is narrow and abruptly pointed. The Though liberating active embryos, they are rarely ovoviviparous, that is, laying the egg with well-developed embryo. Males and females remain while together and can only be separated with difficulty. Females are usually more numerous than the males. The number of females are more in the than the males, and latter are difficult to find. The lifespan of this adult worm. The 2 marks question may be asked: what is the lifespan of the Wisteria bancrofti? The adult worm, the lifespan is long. It may be 5 to 10 years in the body. So embryo morphology or the microfilariae, a description of embryos of a microfilary passing through the lymph nodes. These embryos find their way in the main lymphatic trunks into the circulating blood. They are very active in their habits and can move both with the against the bloodstream. When unstained, they appear colorless and transparent bodies with a blunt heads and eye-pointed tails. The embryo measures around 290 millimeters and length is about 6 to 7 millimeters in breadth. When they are dead and stained with uh, Rhamnochis stains, the embryos show the following morphological peculiarities. Hyaline sheath. The embryo is covered by a sheath. This is structureless. The morphological description of an embryo of a W. bancrofti, that is hyaline sheath. This is structureless sac which best seen where it projects slightly beyond the extremities of the embryo. The sheath much longer, that is 359 meters than the larval body, so that the larva can move forwards and backwards within it. The sheath represents the chorionic envelope of the eggs. It remains as an investing membrane around the larva. The cuticula is lined by a subcuticular cells and seen only with vital cells. Now the somatic cells are nuclei. These appear as granules in the central axis of the body and extend from the head of the tail head to the tail end. The granules do not extend up to the tip of the tail. That is, terminal part is 5% and serve as a distinguishing feature of a MF bancrofti. At the anterior end, there is a space also divide. There is a space also divide of a granules, also called as a cephalic space, which is as long as it is broad, with vital stains the presence of a stylet seam. Second, next point, the granules are broken into different places, surviving as the landmarks of the identification of the species. They include the following: the nerving, that is oblique space, that is anterior V spot represent the rudimentary excretory system, and posterior V spot, that is tail spot, represent the terminal part of the alimentary canal. That is, you may say anus or cloaca. Then a few G cells. G represents G represents for the genital cells. Posteriorly, they are while G cells 2, 3, and 4 just in front of the anal pore. G cells is situated further in front. Now, the that is uh, inen corpor, the or fully born, or the central, that is internal body of a monsoon extends from the anterior V spot to the G cell. It represents the rudimentary alimentary canal. Now, see the next point is the larval form do not undergo a further development in the human body. See, this is the development of a embryo. This is the development of the embryo in the human body. Now, these embryos expel out from the human body and by uh, uh, expel out by the bite of a,
काय द्यायचं का
yes, guys, please, expel out from the human body by a bite of a mosquito. And mosquito further grown embryos is engulfed by the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes, but
अहो एक तास झालं सर सगळे म्हणतात की सर आम्हाला घेत नाही लेक्चरला घेत नाही आणि मी आता बघितलं ऑनलाईन गेलं मी म्हणलं असंच करावं लेक्चर आणि मागचे एक तास
hello, so this embryo is engulfed, or that is by the bite of a mosquito that enters into the body of that mosquito. The anophel or any the mosquito that are responsible for the filarial infections stages. The definite man is the definite host, and mosquitoes. The mosquito, that is genus Culex, Aedes, and the Anaphels, these are the intermediate host. Man is the definite host. After infection, the uh, after entrance of the urinary bankruptcy, the embryo grows in the human, and the further growth of the embryo takes place out of the human body, that is in the digestive system or in the body of a mosquito, especially the Culex, Aedes, and Anopheles. These are the, there is a further intermediate host is the mosquito, and the definite host is the man. See, the larval forms does not undergo any further development if unless and until there is a mosquito bite, there is a no further growth of the larval stage in the human body. So that further development in the human body unless they are taken up by their appropriate intermediate host, that is mosquito. If this microfilary does not sucked up by the mosquito, they die in the course of time, and the lifespan of microfilary in the human body has been found to be as long as 70 days. That is mentioned in the book. Samda, embryo, if there is no sucking or of the blood by the mosquito, the further growth of the parasite stops, and maximum from the birth to the 70 days. मनुष्याच्या इन द ह्युमन बॉडी मध्ये फिलारिया किंवा डब्ल्यू बँक्रॉफ्टीचा फर्दर ग्रोथ होत नाही. मॅन इज द डेफिनेट होस्ट and the intermediate host is the mosquito. if the mosquito sucks the blood which is infected by the embryo of a filarial embryo, the further growth of the embryo takes place in the body of the mosquito, that is uh, intermediate host, intermediate host. Okay, now the development of the life cycle of a W bankruptcy. See, life cycle of the Uchirira bankruptcy is in the two host. Man is the definite host, and the mosquito is an intermediate host. Now, the definite host, in whose lymphatic system the adult worms are harbored, the live embryo, that is microfilary, are discharged, which find in their way into the bloodstream. The embryos are capable of living in the peripheral blood for a considerable time without undergoing any developmental metamorphosis. These are subsequently taken up by the female policing mosquitoes during their blood meal. Now, develop further growth, that is intermediate host or the mosquito, in which the microfilary undergoes further development, after which they become infective to human. A large number of species of the mosquito belonging to the genus Pulex, Aedes, and Anopheles acts as an intermediate force of a Eucheria bankruptcy. Now, the stages of development of the microfilaria in the mosquito. We have seen the development of the stages of an embryo. Now, development of the microfilaria in the body of a mosquito. See, microfilaria ingested by the mosquito. ज्यावेळेला डास चावतो, मच्छर काटता है, तब उसके बॉडी में जाता है. फर्दर ग्रोथ ऑफ द W bankruptcy parasite takes place after the embryo. That is, seed microfilaria ingested by the mosquito during the blood meal collect around the anterior end of the stomach. The cast of their seeds quickly penetrate the gut wall within an hour or two and migrate to the thoracic muscles. They are rest and begin to grow. In next 2 days, they become slender like a snake. Orgasm to a thick, short, sausage-shaped form with a short, spiky tail measuring around 124 to 250 millimeters in the length and 10 to 17 millimeters in the breadth. The first stage is larva. It possesses a rudimentary digestive tract. In the further growth of that microfilaria takes place, and it converts into the larva. On the 10th or 11th day, the metamorphosis becomes complete. The tail atrophies to a meristem, and the digestive system, body cavity, and genital organs are now fully developed. This is the third stage of a larva, which measures around 1500 to 1500 to 1500 to 2000 meters in length and 18 to 23 millimeters in breadth, and has three subterminal caudal papillae. The malae, B. malae, has two at the stage of infective to the man. Now, at this stage, if the mosquito bite to the human, at this stage, it is the infective to the human and enters the proboscis sheath of the mosquito on about 14th day. It should be noted that microfilaria gives rise to one infective larva in the proboscis sheath. There may be several larvae remaining coiled up, waiting for an opportunity to infect man while the mosquito is having its blood meal. Note, very important note is that the time taken for the complete development of a microfilaria in the mosquito varies to 10 to 20 days or more, depending, however, on that is atmospheric temperature, humidity, and also to a certain extent on the species of a mosquito. The duration, the lifespan of a liable mosquito bite for the infection of a filaria, filarial infection to the human, again, is maybe somewhat early or maybe late. So the adult worm, the life cycle of a Wicheria bankruptcy, you see the life cycle, the diagram which is shown on the screen, the life cycle of a Wicheria bankruptcy. First of all, in the man, first of all, in the man, the adult worm growth, male and female lives together like a snake. The females are longer and they liberate the embryo. The embryo, growth of the embryo takes place, and that embryo is absorbed. See in the diagram, the embryo is engulfed or by the sucked by the mosquito. Further growth of the uh, embryo takes place in the body of a mosquito till to the larva, and at the after 15 to 20 days, a peculiar time, if the mosquito bites to the man, the infection of that infected larva enters in the body of a human. So man is the definite host and mosquito is a intermediate host. The first of all, see first stage. See the diagram in which you will get the adult worm. Adult worm start from the male or female. Diagram, opening of a thoracic duct into the left subclavian veins. That is microfilaria discharge in adult. So that microfilaria uh, circulate in the bloodstream in a general systemic blood, and that further uh, that multiplication multiplication of the that microfilaria in the body, and that microfilaria is again absorbed by the mosquito for till to the larval stage, and a same mosquito, if that mosquito bites to the man, the further infection, such a cycle, that is a life cycle of a Wicheria bankruptcy uh, takes place. Life cycle from the adult worm, or you may start from the embryo. Embryo develops in the human body. Embryo liberated by the adult worms. The females liberate number of uh, eggs of that embryos, and growth of that the microfilarial growth takes place in the human body, and again set up by the mosquito. This is about the life cycle of a Wicheria bankruptcy. Now the entrance, we have seen the microfilarial growth in the human, then the till to the larval growth that is in the mosquito. Then that larva again re-enters in the human. That is further development and of the adult worm, entrance into the man and development into the adult worm. We have seen only the embryonic development. Now, if that larva again enters in the human body, the further growth of adult worms takes place. When the infected mosquito bites a human being, the third stage larvae are not directly injected into the bloodstream like a malarial parasite, but are deposited in the skin near the site of a puncture. Later, attracted by the warmth of the skin, the larvae either enter through the puncture wound or penetrate through the skin on their own. The third stage larvae, that is infective larvae, having penetrated the skin, reach the lymphatic channels, settle down at some spot like the inguinal, squattal, or abdominal lymphatics, and begin to grow into the adult form. In the course of a time, probably after a period of 5 to 18 months, they become sexually mature and male fertilizes female, and gravid females are give birth to larvae. A new generation of a microfilary is emitted which passes either through the thoracic duct or right lymphatic duct to the venous system and pulmonary capillaries and then to the peripheral circulation. See, the a new generation of a microfilaria is emitted which passes entire through the thoracic duct or to the right lymphatic duct to the venous system, that is right atrium and pulmonary capillaries and then peripheral circulation, that capillaries of the systemic circulation, thus completing the cycle. So this is a full life cycle of Neisseria bancrofti. Now the pathogenicity or the clinical picture or the clinical features, you may say. So I think you must understood the Neisseria. Uh, a main notable difference is that, like malaria, if that the Anopheles, female Anopheles bites to the human, it directly enters into the blood. But this is not in case of Neisseria bancrofti. The female, if that mosquito bites to the human, mosquito bite to the human, the further growth, of the re-entrance in the human being remain directly, do not mix up in the systemic blood, but they remain in the skin. They remain in the skin, and then at a proper time they enters into the lymphatic channels near the skin to the lymphatics, and further growth of till to the adult worm takes place, and male and female fertilization takes place. Pathogenicity and clinical features. You know, this Neisseria bancrofti, the renowned diseases, the knowledge from the book W. bancrofti causes hydrocele, it may causes occult filariasis, lymphangitis, then the elephantiasis, there may be filarial fever, then chyluri. We have seen the various stages of a definite host and intermediate host. Now, the pathogenicity and clinical features. The morbid change initiated by W. bancrofti is essentially confined to the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system gets affected, and term filariasis. See, filariasis is commonly used to denote the morbid injury produced by the lymphatic channels, uh, that is lymphatic by the W bankruptcy, and but this is not all a happy term because it may mean infection with any member of the superfamily, that is Horridia, with or without any associated pathologic changes. So you must be aware that when you say filariasis, it may be caused. Mostly it is caused by that W bankruptcy. Mode of infection, incubation method by the bite of a mosquito. Then transmitting agent, the female mosquitoes of Culex, Aedes, and Anopheles. In India and China, the Culex is uh, uh, Culex is very common. In Pacific Islands. The Melanesian Islands, except the Fiji or New Caledonia, the Anopheles punctulatus, and the Polynesian Islands, the Aedes is very common. Infective form, the third stage larvae of a developing, that is microfilaria bankruptcy, portal of entry is skin. Like malaria, you should be differentiated that the malaria, the mosquito bite directly do not enter into the blood, but that larva or that is grown into the mosquito remains at the bite site of the skin, and then it is absorbed by the lymphatic channel, and it enters into the lymphatic of that or lymph nodes of that particular region. For example, if it bites to the upper limb, the larva will enter into the axillary group of lymph nodes. If that mosquito bite in the lower limb, that will enter into the inguinal group of lymph nodes. And the further entrance, the traveling will take place only via lymphatic channel. And the no doubt that liberated embryos mix up in the systemic blood. Now, the infective form, third stage, site of localization, lymphatic system of the superior or the inferior extremities according to the site of a bite. Most commonly, immunoscrotal region. Then biological incubation period. This lasts about 1.5 years. During this period, third stage infective larvae grown to adult form, it becomes sexually capable or sexually mature. Mating subsequently occurs. The fertilized females begin to partivate, and the microfilariae appear in the peripheral blood. That is patent period. That is called as a patent period. म्हणजे mosquito bite नंतर 1 ते 1.5 वर्ष, 1 to 1.5 years, the further growth of that adult takes into adult form, 1 to 1.5 years. So the pathogenesis, the pathogenic effect seen in the Echeriasis, that is bankrupt filariasis, are produced by their adult Echeria living or dead. Living microfilaria circulating in the blood are not known to produce any pathogenic effect except in occult filariasis. The injurious influence excited by the adult worm and developing larva on its host is inflammatory reaction of a lymphatic system, that is lymphangitis, which forms the basic lesion in classical filariasis. Lesion in occult filariasis is caused by the microfilariae and is found not only in the lymph node but also in the lungs, liver, and spleen. Now, showing the difference between the classical and occult filariasis. Classical filariasis and occult filariasis. There are 2 mark question may be asked. what is mention any two differences in between the classical filariasis and occult filariasis. Basic lesson in classical filariasis, acute inflammatory followed by an uh, epithelioid granuloma surrounding the adult worm and fibrous scarf, and occult filariasis, eosinophilic granuloma that is allergic to hypersensitivity react. Now the organs involved in classical are lymphatic system or lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes, and in the occult filariasis, lymphatic system, lungs, liver, and spleen. Other organs are also involved in the occult. Now the microfilari, they are present in the blood in class. In the occult, the microfilari